We're at Sears looking at washing machines.
Oh, gorgeous.
Look.
Look at this.
Mm.
But this is too expensive. It's $900. I can't spend anything like that. That's actually more my price range.
You don't want that?
No. 4.3. Oh, this is nice. This is a Whirlpool 4.3.
But that's more expensive than the other one.
I know.
We're at Sears looking at stuff and picking stuff up. All that fun stuff. Do you like all of my refrigerators? I have momentarily forgotten that refrigerators have the technology to give you water. So when I'm at someone's house and they have a water-giving refrigerator and I'm like, where's the water? And they're like, it's in the fridge. And I open the fridge and it's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. So, I'm pretty sure drama follows me. So we're in line trying to buy a washing machine that we weren't planning on buying tonight, but the sale's only good till Saturday, and we're going to be in the expo all weekend, and with the financing, we don't have to pay for it for a year, so we went there. But while we're trying to make our purchase, this guy next to us is... Okay, so from what I was able to gather, he bought new replacement little parts for, let's just say it's a drill, because it's like a big thingy, right? But he wants to return the old broken parts. And the worker lady was like, that's fine, but you need to bring the whole drill in, so that way we know you qualify for the warranty, and you're not just like returning some stuff that you don't have a warranty for. And he's just standing there, and he was standing there before we got to the register, and he's probably still standing there. But he's throwing a fit, and he's like this tall, older guy, so you'd expect him to, I don't know, act like an adult and be like, oh, I didn't realize I needed to bring the whole drill. I understand that's the policy. Let me plan a day to do that, because apparently he lives 65 miles away. It's like, dude, I drove like 40 minutes to be here, so don't pretend like you're special. So he's, again, throwing a fit, and she's talking to him like the way I, who used to work in retail, wished I could talk to some customers. Because she was not parsing words. She was like giving it to him as it is. And he's like, well, I'm just gonna stand here until you whatever, exchange them, return them, whatever. And she was like, something about like he had bought the new parts right in front of her, because he's like, let me just return these. She's like, no, you just bought them right in front of me. You said you need, but I don't know that part. It was very hard to like gather what was happening. So then he's just standing there, and she's like checking someone else out. It was like the customer service, but it's like where they do all their checkouts. And we're trying to check out. And like it really bothered me, because my mom's like writing down her information, and he's like staring at her information. And I almost like turned the page over, but I was like giving him the eye, like, really? 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 So then she says to him, she goes, sir, you can stand there all night. I am not returning those for you. And he's like, oh, my warranty, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you are, blah, blah, blah. So as we're like finishing up, she had like walked away, and she stayed away. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure she's calling the police to have him removed, because like, where else would she go? She went, and when we went back over to like look at the washer we had just bought, and the guy who was helping us came back over, and we're like, that guy's crazy. And he's like, yeah, I know, like we deal with this kind of stuff all the time. And I'm like, oh my goodness. The retail story I have personally for me is, I had been sick, so I was out of work for a little bit, but like not too long. So then I came back, and they had kind of moved the store, like they had moved stuff around. I used to work in a clothing retailer, so they had moved stuff around. And this woman, she asked me where like the pajamas are, and I was like, oh, they're down in that section with that stuff, because last I saw they were. So the woman comes back, and she's really nasty to me. She's like, they weren't where you said they were actually over here. So you found them, don't know why you have to give me an attitude. And like she's like just going. So I like kind of broke down a little. I was like, I'm so sorry, ma'am. My mom was admitted to the hospital last night. I don't know where my head is. And I like kind of left the situation. Because I can't be rude to her, and I didn't want to apologize, because like, well, I had said I'm sorry, but my mom was, and then When I got home, I told my mom, and I was like, I'm sorry I put you in the hospital, but I needed to make that woman feel really bad for the way she spoke to me. So, you gotta find ways around it in retail, So if you work retail, tell me your stories, because I love hearing them. I know we all do. If you don't follow Retail Robin, the Tumblr Retail Robin, it's something like that, I'll try to link it in the description. It is so funny. There's a story about this woman who wanted to buy the cashier's Game Boy, like right out of his pocket. If I can find that story, I'll link it below. But yeah, I thought we'd share this moment. Yay, moments, sharing.